Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Watkins Glen International Raceway for 23 laps of action in the 22nd race of the season. After today, we have 4 races remaining. The countdown continues. This is the first of a 3-race road course skid. First here in New York, then in Provo, and then we go across the seas to Abu Dhabi for Yas Marina before coming back to the States for Darlington and Armory Digital. Coming into today's race, hang on. Okay. Coming into today's race, your points leader is Andrew Rich, still 35 over Deanna Jones. Starting points, Gardner. 4th is Cole Deaver, and 5th is Diego Yepes. Sorlin, with his 3rd win on the season, rises to 13th in points. And let's go over the starting line for today's race. Samet Oskin on the pole. Remember, Oskin won at Sebring last season. Seth Cole starts next to him in 2nd. Cole most likely looking for that first win of 2018. In row 2 is DJ Curtis and Diego Yepes. Row 3 is Zach Rogers and Joshua Osborne in a car that finished 9th last season. Andrew Rich and Johnny Gardner in row 4. Gardner starts 8th, finished 8th here last season. And in row 5 is Nate Rogers and Zach Flickinger. Now, as for last year's winner, Charles Sandfer, Sandfer starts 29th today, so his work is going to be cut out for him to maybe get a top 20 finish. Looking at the rest of the guys finished in the top 10 here last year, Charles Jackson finished 3rd, starts 36th. Peter Sands finished 4th, he got 31st to start today. Caleb Hoffman got 5th, he starts 27th. Alex Gray, who finished 7th, starts 28th. As we mentioned, Gardner finished 8th, his starting 8th. James Qualls, while his car starts in the top 10, he does not. Qualls starts 34th after finishing 9th last year. And Michael Amato, who finished 10th, starts 40th. So that is where last year's finishers start, and we show the top 10. Let's go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Y'all come say it with me. Drivers, start your engine!
Now, this race will not have yellow flags fly, just like we did for Puco, Infineon, and Surfers Paradise. Now through the first 3 road course races of the year, we've had 3 different winners. Jonathan Zorlin, Deanna Jones, who swept the Puco weekend, and then Cole Deaver. Looking at the top 10 starting lineup, it looks like we'll see a 4th different driver come home with a victory today. Green flag in the air, 23 laps of action at Watkins Glen. And Samet Oskin with a great jump to clear Seth Cole heading into turn 1. So Oskin leading the pack on the fastest part of the track, almost hitting 180 miles an hour. As they'll now go through the carousel and head into the boot. This adds another good amount of racetrack. What's the official? I think it makes the track 3.5 miles long. I'm probably mistaken. I don't know how long it makes the course, but I'm pretty sure it adds at least a mile. Seth Cole not really fading away at all right now. Remember, Cole won 2 road course races last season. He won at Milano. And he also won somewhere else. He also won at Phoenix earlier in the season, so Seth Cole's not shying away at all here. Remember, Seth has now fallen down to 6th in points, so while he is still the top driver without a win, he's got to be careful as reminded, Fitzwater Sr. still 33rd in points. But coming to complete lap 1, Samet Oskin will lead the first lap, but Seth Cole has not gone anywhere. And here he comes, right on the bumper of Samet Oskin. Oskin winning Sebring last season in what would be considered an underfunded team. This year, getting to join the ranks of Team Penske as champion. Caleb Hoffman left to go to the 14 car. Oskin didn't have anywhere else to go, and he landed this ride in the 22. And now he might have a chance to prove his worth. Looking at the rest of the current top 10, DJ Curtis 3rd, Yepes in 4th, Zach Rogers 5th, Andrew Rich has made his way into 6th, Gardner 7th, Osborne 8th, Flickinger 9th, and Nate Rogers sitting in 10th. So everyone that started in the top 10 remains in the top 10. The highest finisher of the highest current running car who's won a road course race already this year is Deanna Jones in 15th, Cole Deaver right behind in 16th. You see Emmanuel Hartnett has made his way by Nico Tringali for 19th place. There is Fitzwater in 21st. Peter Sands 25th. Huge gap back to 26th. Not really sure what happened here. All these drivers have ran really slow lap times, and there's the case, and oh, there was an accident. Charles Sandfer with no hood anymore in 38th place. There's Dylan Young also without a hood. William Brock was apparently involved. He was 31st at the line last time. There's Caleb Hoffman. Alex Gray with damage. Matthew McIntyre is on pit road, as is John Nunn. So apparently there was a decent-sized wreck that has taken out about 6 cars and left a huge 5-second gap from 25th to 26th. So while these drivers race hard and clean, let's take a look and see what the heck happened. Alright, here it is. It was going into the bus stop, which is what I expected it to be. And this is going to happen between McIntyre and Young. These guys started... Young started hit the line in 20th, but McIntyre hit at 17th. Now McIntyre hits the bus stop way too hard, and he gets into Young. That sends Young to the left, and right here, there's just nothing these guys can do. Young's gonna try and save it, but there's the tire wall. McIntyre front tires right off the ground. There's Alves, Brock, and there's John Nunn. Just pile driving him. Hoffman, Gray, Sandfer, all getting involved right here. Jonathan Zorlin with nowhere to go. Looks like he hit the brakes pretty good, as well as the others. Some contact there. Sandfer's trying to back up. You see John Nunn's car was done immediately. But Young and Hoffman went on to continue the quickest, as did William Brock. There's Sandfer, though. Gray. Massive incident. But with that said, let's take you back to live action. And we're back as the drivers enter the boot. Samet Oskin, still your race leader. No change to the top 10 running order so far. Oskin's been trying to pull away from Seth Cole. Looking at the lap times, he is barely. Meanwhile, behind, Curtis and Yepes are running very slow. Zach Rogers and some others are actually catching up. A reminder that Zach Rogers, who's in 5th, won at Papyrus last season, so road courses are kind of his thing, and if he can finish in the top 10, that would be a really good run for this team, who sit 42nd in points. They dropped 2 spots last week. Now, they have 4 top 10s on the season, but the year has not gone the way they wanted it to. As a reminder, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 drivers with wins in the top 30, and then 1 outside. So that race effectively took out John Nunn and Matthew McIntyre. The rest have continued. And Rogers with a poor lap time letting Yepes and Curtis pull back away. Meanwhile, Seth Cole has been unable to track down Sam Oskin. He's actually losing time. Clean Air is somehow keeping Oskin ahead of Seth Cole. And looking at back here, see Alex Gray, decently slow. Caleb Hoffman faster. Brock faster. Dylan Young, though, without a hood is faster than William Brock. Same for Charles Sandfer. So Sandfer will not repeat here in 2018. But if he's lucky, he will come home at least 36th. Looking to the back end of the field, you see a lot of rookie drivers that really got unfortunate from that. Jessica Shelton, Quentin Moore, Kev Shear, TJ Hanley, and Eli Bright, who leads the pack. Sorlin sitting 29th after his win last week at the Meadowlands. The win at Infineon, they expected a lot better from this team. And there's Peter Sands. I thought Sands had made contact, but apparently he was really close contact. He continues in 25th. As you can see, not much going on now. Emmanuel Hartnett is trying to hold on to 18th as Alexander Rowe attempts to get that position back. You know for a fact that some drivers have gained positions here today. Teammates Andrew Rich in 6th, Zach Rogers in 5th. Rogers just kind of hanging out here. I think Rich knows that Deanna Jones is behind them among the others. Seth Cole being in front of him doesn't worry him at all. So Rich right now is looking to get another good point stay. But besides that, there really isn't much going on. So if I get a little silent, I apologize, but let's go through the top 10 order. Sam Oskin has led the first 5 laps of the race today. Looking at Oskin in the point standings, he sits 30th in the points, so a win would help them tremendously in the points and would potentially qualify them for the chase. Now, after today with 4 races being left, we still have the chance to have 17 different winners before the chase begins. Now, around this time last season, we already had, I believe, 19 or 20, I want to say. So very, very different circumstances this season. A lot of talent showing its nature. As these leaders will be catching Alex Gray soon. So Oskin 30th would be the 13th different winner and would be definitely the 12th in the top 30. If Fitzwater were to not get back into the top 30 and everyone else stays, and then we have 4 winners in the top 30 win races, we will have a 16 car field full of winners. As a reminder, each driver who wins the race gets 5 bonus points for the start of each round. So Andrew Rich and Deanna Jones will both have 20 extra points starting round 1, and if they win a race in round 1, they will have another 5 starting round 2, so they will have 25 to start round 2. So that is what's going on there. Now Seth Cole closing the distance in 2nd. Now Seth has had a pretty good season. He's the top driver without a win, ahead of Peter Sands. He sits 6th in points. He was in the top 5 for most of the year. 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and 3 poles for Seth Cole. Almost had the 4th one here today. So Cole has done a very good job despite not winning any races in the first 21 after winning 3 last season. A feat that makes him the mirror of Johnny Gardner. Gardner winning 3 races last year, who has won 2 so far this season. So Seth is digging really hard. We're gonna delay going through the field until these drivers make it by Alex Gray. And Gray is 20 seconds behind Hoffman, so we can definitely continue once Gray has been put a lap down. And this will be interesting to see if Samet Oskin can catch Gray in the right spot. Otherwise, he will lose a ton of time. And with the near matched speeds between the 22 and the 42, we could possibly see Seth Cole take the lead. Oskin only gaining half a tenth that lap. Looking at the lap times, there's your best laps. Quentin Moore actually on top of the board. Oskin second, Rogers third. Zach Rogers, that is. Osborne fourth and Gardner fifth. Seth Cole is only sixth on that list. But it's amazing to see a lot of drivers have run 148s despite being stuck in the pack. As you can see, once you get down to Charles Sandfer, that goes away. And now Oskin's going to try getting by Gray in the bus stop. Gray hits the bump the same way McIntyre did. And that lets Seth Cole catch right on up. Now Oskin's going to try and pass him on the right. Seth Cole will go left. And this is going to open up a battle for the lead. And there they go. So it took Oskin a while, but that is not what he wanted to see at all. But it's gonna, Seth Cole getting held up by Alex Gray in that corner will help. That hurt a lot of Seth's speed. And now with that confirmed, and Caleb Hoffman down the road, let's continue going through the field. DJ Curtis sitting in third place. Curtis, who won 2 races last season, has not had the 2018 he expected at all, despite being 21st in the point standings. Now Curtis, 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, is looking to get another top 5 here today, as Diego Yepes in 4th place is making a move for that position as they catch Alex Gray. Now Yepes, as we mentioned before, has moved up to 5th in points, 3 spots gained last week. Yepes, the Daytona Summer winner, is on a hot streak as of late. He was one of the top rookies before he won Daytona. Along with that win, 5 top 5s and 6 top 10s on the totals. So mostly finishing in the top 5 is what Yepes plans to do. No poles for the driver, but he has shown that with a +6 difference on the finishing from the starting, that it does not matter where he starts. Many other drivers working their way by Alex Gray, who hops the bus stop again, holding up Johnny Gardner in the back, almost causing a wreck. And I think one of these lap down cars could get turned if they're not careful going through the bus stop. Let's go to Zach Rogers. We already talked about him. We're going to skip Zach. You know, we already talked about his situation and all that. Let's go to the points leader, Andrew Rich. 4 wins this season on 4 different types of tracks: the 500, Texas, the Motordrome, and Pig Stadium. So 2 speedways, 1 SS win, and 1 short track win. Along with that finish, not counting Rich's 4 wins, the man has 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s. So with the most top 10s on the season, Rich at 11 is really doing a good job. 2 poles also on the season for Andrew. Still no signs of Hoffman. Let's go to Johnny Gardner, who sits in 7th place. Gardner sitting 3rd in the points with 2 wins, 5 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. Has had a pretty good season. However, he tends to start 1 spot higher than he finishes. However, today, that is the opposite. Starting 8th, he currently sits in 7th place. And we should expect pit stops sooner rather than later. Now Joshua Osborne, the rookie sensation, the first one out of the rookies to win a race in 2018, is no longer the top dog. Now 3rd out of all rookies. He fell to 7th in points after last week. Osborne with 1 win, 6 top 5s, and 7 top 10s is the opposite of Gardner. He finishes 1 spot better than he starts on average. And there's a huge logjam in the back getting around Alex Gray, right in front of Deanna Jones to top it off. Woo! But that really hurt. Alex Ferranti was 12th, and now he just fell to 15th. Zach Flickinger in 9th, one of the drivers who was arguably lucked into a win. Flickinger 23rd in the points, won Talladega in the spring last season, and has not really shown anything since until he won Dover. Honestly on luck, only had 2 other cars on the lead lap on that last restart. Besides the win, Flickinger with 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s. He starts averagely 28th, but finishes around 22nd, so a very good mover to say the least, trying to prove the doubters wrong. And lastly, in the top 10 is Nate Rogers in the Audi. Thought he was going to get that first win last week. He came close at Texas earlier in the season. However, Nate's season has also been pretty bad. Just flung back into the top 30 after last week's, finishing 26th in points, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 1 pole on the season. And Nate definitely looking to do much better. That is your rundown of the top 10. Sam at Oskin, and from the look of it, DJ Curtis are the first 2 from the top 5 to head down pit road. Now here's the big interesting thing here. They're pitting from lap 10 to lap 11, so they're going to have to go 13 full laps on this gas and these tires. Now, will that help Seth Cole or not? Seth stayed out, and he got to lead the lap, and we will probably see him by next time. He'll have 1 lap fresher tires, and we'll see if he can manage to pull off a passing move. Other drivers that elected to pit this time included Goldberg, Rowe, Fitzwater, Sands, Bright, Alves, Qualls, Hanley, Shelton, and Shearer. There's Dylan Young coming down pit road. But Seth Cole now with clean air. And that flung Philip Parker and Mark Riggleman into the top 10. Now those drivers that did pit early, they will be gaining 2 seconds on these competitors. But the long run is the big thing to look out for, so we'll see how this plays out for Seth Cole and Sam at Oskin. Seth is choosing to go an extra lap on these tires instead of going an extra lap later. But a lot of the drivers outside the top 10 chose to pit early, and that will probably help their track position tremendously. And here comes Seth Cole, your race leader, coming down in the pit road very hard. Yepes, Rogers, Rich, many others. And it looks like the rest of the field will pit. No, Cody Hagan is electing to stay out. Driver of the 8 car staying out on the racetrack. And there is Oskin, who pit first. So let's go to Cody Hagan. So Hagan electing to go the most laps on his tank of gas. He will get to lead a lap when he comes around the pit. But other than that, not much doing there for Hagan. We're going to actually stay. Usually we go away, but not today. Here comes Seth Cole out of pit road. There's Oskin. And Seth Cole actually exits pit road ahead of the 22. Unbelievable. The fresher tires is not going to work. Curtis maintains 3rd. Look how much time Quentin Moore gained. Holy crap. Quentin Moore was way, way back. Now the man sits in 5th. Zach Rogers, Andrew Rich, Johnny Gardner all maintaining ground. Goldberg gains a few spots. I'm pretty sure we saw Quentin Moore behind Kev Shearer in 32nd before pit stops occurred. That is unbelievable. Eli Bright gained a ton of time. Same for James Qualls. So unbelievable how much pit strategy meant for these drivers, and Moore is all over the bumper of Diego Yepes. Same can be said for Sam at Oskin. These tires do take a little while to get their heat in them. So we'll see what happens now. Cody Hagan undoubtedly coming down pit road this time by. We'll see if his pit stall is in front or behind pit road. And it is in front of the start-finish line. I don't know why I said pit road. So Hagan will be the third and probably last driver to lead a lap. Caleb Hoffman has already completed his service, and Oskin has already driven back by Seth Cole for the race lead. Did Seth Cole take fuel only? That is probably the huge question. DJ Curtis, though, is on the charge here. 7/10 faster than Oskin last time by. Yep, and Hagen is going to plummet. But here's your top 10. Goldberg going by Gardner for 8th. Well, 7th technically, due to Hagen hitting the line in 1st. So this bumps Zach Rogers back at the 5th, Rich in the 6th, Goldberg 7th, Gardner 8th, Flickinger 9th, and Philip Parker will round out the top 10. As Seth Cole and DJ Curtis battling hard for 2nd place. I'm not sure what the strategy call was for the 42 machine, but Samet Oskin is pulling away a lot. If Seth can maintain his spot in front of the 17, we'll see if he honestly took tires or not. I know the 22 took 4, and I assumed the 42 would as well. I mean, Oskin is not completely driving away. Curtis drove away from Yepes. Holy crap. Oh, Curtis already was on the track, but let's see. Seth is hanging on now. Voice crack. So let's see what happens here when they hit the line. So coming to the start finish line, Oskin will run a 1:48.7. Cole runs a 1:49.1. So I believe it's just the tires are taking a little while to get heating them up. So tire heat is apparently a thing. But Seth Cole should have his heated and ready to go. He just has to try and find the way now to gain the 2nd back on Oskin he lost. And Curtis is right here, though. Curtis is going to make another move to the right into the bus stop. And he doesn't get there. Cole will shut the door. Looking at the rest of the top 10, though, Diego Yepes in 4th, Zach Rogers 5th, Rich 6th, Goldberg 7th, Gardner 9th, Flickinger 9th, Gardner 8th, and Parker sitting in 10th. Peter Sands has made his way up to 12th. Where is the 34 of Quentin Moore? Oh, maybe. Oh, wow. I don't think I noticed. Wait, where the hell is he? Where did the 34 of Quentin Moore go? Quentin Moore is nowhere to be seen. And the 34 is on pit road, and that does not look like a stall. Okay, I do not know what happened to Quentin Moore, but problems for the 34. Wondering if he had stayed out possibly with Cody Hagen, and now there are problems for this 34 machine, so possibly blew up. It looked like he had hit the start-finish line. Hagen sits in 20th, no doubt with the freshest rubber on the racetrack. We'll see if he can do anything at all. Seth Cole, that lap. 3/10 on Samet Oskin. This could get interesting. Let's go see if we can figure out what happened to the 34 of Quentin Moore, and then we'll come back for the finish of this race. Well, it doesn't really warrant a replay, but Quentin Moore ran out of gas. And the crazy thing is that I believe I used this track version for the Lucas Oil Series, and I cannot recall there being a broken pit stall. And that is the case for Quentin Moore. Went to pit, didn't even make it out, and Caleb Hoffman will pit before the leaders get to him. So that is good for him. 34 coming down pit road now, apparently under power. And it appears William Brock also pit. So drivers that were involved in the accident deciding to pit, and Seth Cole continuing to track down Sam at Oskin, another 3/10 that lap. So the tires have come into play. Can this get Seth Cole his first win of 2018? 8 laps to go at that start-finish line. And now Brock and Moore sit in front of 4th place Diego Yepes, and this could get hairy. There are 3. We know Moore does not have damage. He just had a fuel issue. Oh, and he's just about turning William Brock. Oh, there he goes. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. I never thought someone would get turned like that. Oh, man, on a serious note, very bad for William Brock. But Quentin Moore was basically like, man, this bleeping 21 car, he just won't get out of the bleeping way. And he just kept it on the bumper, and he's like, you know what, if you're not going to move, I'm going to move you. And Quentin Moore dumping the living heck out of William Brock, and Brock just was like full sail right down the hill into the wall, and it flipped him. He went right through the wall. He flipped over the wall. So William Brock's day is over. And DJ Curtis just pit. DJ Curtis just pit. He cannot make it on gas. What the heck? Is this going to happen to Oskin is the big question. Curtis not the only one down. Peter Sands down pit road as well. So apparently, the officiating crew needs to make this race 4 laps longer so that everyone pits twice. And as you can see, Curtis, left side's only and gone. If everyone else has to pit, this could be a good call pitting early. But if it wasn't, it could get hairy. So that moves Riggleman into the top 10 yet again. And Quentin Moore is keeping up pretty good considering he has the freshest tires on the racetrack. Sitting right behind Yepes in 3rd place. Seth Cole still all over the back of Sam at Oskin, trying to find the way by the 22 machine. Looking ahead, Charles Sandfer will be the next one to be caught. He has come down pit road. I'm not sure if he will be, however. He is a minute 10 seconds behind. Actually, he's a minute 22 seconds behind. The drivers will come to the line with 6 to go. They're basically running the same speeds, if not gaining a second on the 03. So I do not believe they will catch Charles Sandfer. But how about the leader not having to deal with the slow car of William Brock? Brock got taken out by a fellow lap down car, Quentin Moore. And Brock is not yet retired, but he pretty much will. It's guaranteed. TJ Hanley in 34th, well ways behind any lead lap cars. I see Peter Sands. DJ Curtis, I don't know where he fell. Let's see if we can find the 17. Here's the 17 car. Jessica Shelton, Eli Bright, James Qualls, Austin Alves down pit road, Nate Rogers, Philip Goldberg. And that cracked Alexander Rowe into the top 10, so even more drivers. Left sides only, can of fuel, whatever. Seems to be a popular strategy. And there's Curtis. As you can see, Curtis, the leader of all of those drivers. So if these drivers are pitting, will we see Sam at Oskin come down pit road? Will we see Seth Cole come down pit road? That was a decent number of other drivers from Oskin's group. However, I have not seen any drivers, I believe, from Seth Cole's group visit pit road yet. And Seth is all over the back of Oskin's back bumper. He wants this win. Running a little wide out of the bus stop. There was the 42. And Seth has... No. Oh, he let him gap him a little bit. Is Oskin coming down pit road? No, he's not. He's going to stay out. So Oskin and Seth Cole will continue their battle. Will anyone else come down pit road, however? That answer appears to currently be a no. There's Cody Hagan now up to 15th. And these are all the drivers, I believe, out of the group that pit with Seth Cole. So Oskin, the only one from his group who has not pit. Curtis, the leader of that group. There's Goldberg, Sands, and Hoffman. I'm sorry, Bright. Hoffman's a lap down. These drivers all electing to pit again, take left sides only. That has moved many drivers into better finishing positions. Did the 43 pit again? No, Zachary Fitzwater has stayed out. Fitzwater in 11th right now. Fitzwater could be looking at a very good point stay, and this will very much help him try and get out of the top, the bottom. Try and get back into the top 30 in points. Regelman in 9th, one of the highest rookies on the day. Yepes sits in 3rd as the highest one. Yepes is actually closing in, but he is a long ways away. We'll hit 4 to go at the start-finish line. Oskin is trying to go all the way. I don't know if it's just a strategy call by Curtis and the others thinking that everyone else has to pit again, or they just did not get enough fuel in their race cars. But Seth Cole is all over the bumper of Oskin. I don't know what he's waiting for. Apparently making a pass was a lot tougher than initially speculated. Maybe he was waiting for that. Oskin down pit road. Seth Cole into the race lead. Yet again here at Watkins Glen. Alexander Rowe going to give up 10th place. That puts Fitzwater into 9th. Whoever was behind him into 10th. Anybody else down pit road? Yes, Kev Shearer will come down pit road. And these drivers are apparently going to be taking fuel only. No, Oskin's taking left sides as well. The ones behind him, though, took fuel only. And Oskin will come out dead even with Curtis. No, Curtis will actually pass the 22, and the 22 needs a lap to warm up his tires. So if everyone else comes down the pit road, DJ Curtis could be your race winner. Going up to the leader, Seth Cole is gone. The only one who can catch him is Quentin Moore, who is definitely flying, but a lap down car at that. So Yepes sits 2nd, Zach Rogers in 3rd, looking for his best finish since Vegas. Rich in 4th, Gardner in 5th, Flickinger 6th, Parker 7th, Virgelman 8th, Fitzwater sits 9th, and Osborne in 10th place, Deanna Jones 11th. So now here's the big question coming to 3 to go. Can everyone make it? Can all these guys that have stayed out make it? We've seen a very spread out group. Seth Cole will stay out. Yeah, I don't think anyone else is going to come from that second group and then from the initial pit stop. Cody Hagan now, though, up to 13th place with the freshest rubber on the racetrack. He's closing in to Cole Deaver and the others. So Cody Hagan could make some more positions up here by the end of this race. There's DJ Curtis. As you can see, Oskin's tires are taking forever to heat up. Curtis has really pulled away from the 22 machine. Sandfer has actually passed Dylan Young on the racetrack. Dylan Young must have had to pit again. But yeah, Quentin Moore really closing in on Seth Cole for a chance to finish on the lead lap. They are very well close to Dylan Young, but Young is running the same lap times as Seth Cole, if not faster lap times. So uncertain that the 2-car will be caught. Quentin Moore will definitely be passing Seth Cole here. There's no way the 42 will hold him off. Two laps to go for Seth Cole to get his first victory on the season and not have to worry about points. Quentin Moore there, but not a threat. Oh, a lot of other drivers have come down pit road. Many other drivers. Flickinger, Riggleman, Fitzwater, Cole Deaver, all coming down for a splash of gas, and that moved a ton of drivers into the top 10, including Deanna Jones, Cody Hagan, and Nico Tringali. So now Hagan's run is paying off. He's back up to 9th. Aren't looking for position on Green. Green's going to be able to keep it. So Deanna Jones looking at another good finish. Rich is now up to 4th with Gardner in 5th. They've been that way, I'm sorry. Parker up to 6th. Osborne up to 7th. And the rest behind, moving up positions as well. Now the big question will be, can Seth Cole make it? Quentin Moore has gone by the 42 machine. Will Seth try and save gas, or does he have to pit? Does anyone behind him have to pit? Would be the big question. They'll be coming to the white flag. Here we go, white flag's out. Seth Cole will stay out. White flag in the air for Seth Cole. Any other takers down pit road? Andrew Rich from 4th place has to come down. Wow, what a tough break for the points leader. No one else. No one else from the top 22. Rich will finish at best 22nd. Curtis is up to 23rd. Flickinger has come out in front of Samet Oskin. So this group is all mixed up. There's Curtis. Curtis will definitely pass Andrew Rich for his position. What a devastating turn of events for the points leader. Rich will come out in front of Flickinger. So we will see if he can get that position or not. Actually, Curtis is up to 19. Wait, what? Did more drivers come down than I expected? I can't even anymore. Alex Ferranti moves into the top 10 with that. Hagan all over the bumper of Deanna Jones, looking for maybe a 7th place finish. Parker has moved all the way up to 5th during this entire run. Rogers all over the bumper of Yepes, looking for a possible 2nd place finish. But Seth Cole is the man of the day, playing the strategy card right. Up out of the bus stop. Seth Cole really getting around the track carefully, trying to extend this fuel. Fuel strategy is what cost them a win at Texas. But today, in and out of the last corner, it'll be Seth Cole taking home the checkered flag at Watkins Glen. His first win of 2018, 4th on his career, and his 3rd at a road course. Seth wins in his 2nd home state track from Maine, lives in New York. So a hometown win for Seth Cole. So the 42 machine will finally visit victory lane, and we can see if they can bring some consistent finishes to the next two road courses. Remember, he is the best road course racer in the series. Could he sweep this 3-race stretch? Looking at the rest of the top 10 finishing order, Diego Yepes second, Zach Rogers third, Johnny Gardner fourth, Philip Parker fifth, Osborne sixth, Deanna Jones seventh, Cody Hagan eighth, Nico Trigali ninth, and Alex Ferranti rounds at the top 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the race here at Watkins Glen. It was certainly crazy and had 2 wrecks, so that I was not expecting any wrecks. But I will see you guys next weekend at Provo for the second road course race. That race is going to be long for a road course. We're looking at 50 laps due to its short size, and Seth Cole just ran out of gas. So how about that? Yepes already ran out of gas. He's not even in the picture anymore. But yep, so I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.